It's a little before noon and I've already checked out of my hotel, but before I get started on my last day here in the Midwest, before starting to trek home, I wanted to just really give a shout out to the Quality Inn here in South Bend. I know that there are multiple. This one is right off of 80, which is Indiana's toll road. It's on Dixie Highway. It's the North Dixie Highway version. And the reason that I want to give them a lot of credit is because you can tell they bought recently a bad motel or a bad hotel that was run down, and they have just completely renovated it, changed it. They are constantly working in the back of the hotel because I think they sort of fixed the rooms from the front to the back. It doesn't affect your stay at all, but you can tell that it is new to being a better hotel. And because it's here in South Bend, when it's not a football week, when the team's not home, the football team's not home on a Saturday, it was really, really cheap. I came in on Monday. If you've been following along with this trip, I was exhausted. I had gotten 3 hours of sleep Saturday into Sunday before I had to go to work, and then I left basically right after work to drive here, and I drove straight through overnight. It was like 22 hours after I left that I arrived here, and I just sunk into the most comfortable bed. I slept for like 13 straight hours. They had a decent breakfast. It wasn't amazing, but when you consider how much I paid for the hotel, having a free breakfast saves you $10–15 every day. If you like to have breakfast. I do sometimes skip breakfast, so maybe it doesn't save me $10–15 a day. I always have respect for people who try to take a hotel that could just cruise off being a bad hotel and getting, you know, one-time guests to come for a football game or to trick them from coming off the highway. And instead of making their money that way, they try to build a reputation of having a good quality hotel. So I just wanted to give them credit for that. Also, right across the street, there's a Mexican restaurant, and that's where I'm gonna have lunch today. So I've been staring at this all week, thinking on Friday, that's where I'm gonna go. Then after I have my lunch here, I'm gonna head over to the Notre Dame campus, and then I have some more things planned for later today as well. That was really good. I haven't had good Mexican food in quite some time because I guess there's one place in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, that I think's pretty good. But coming from Arizona, like where we have the best Mexican food north of the border, it was always like disappointing to get Mexican food in Florida. Now, I'm not saying that Indiana Mexican food is any better, but I saw the place across the street. It's a nice mom and pop's place, and Had some good vegetarian options, had an actual vegetarian menu, so that was really good. I'm gonna head over to the campus in Notre Dame and walk around for a little while. And then I do think I'm gonna try to stop and get an oil change before going to a minor league baseball game tonight in South Bend, and then heading back immediately following the fireworks following the game. I'm gonna start my drive back to Florida, so we'll see how that works. One of the things that I remembered while I was here, I don't know why this sort of slipped my mind, was the last time I was here for a football game. I was actually working. I was the sports director for a statewide radio network in Pennsylvania, and Pitt played here. I got working credentials to be in the press box for that game, And it was funny because I had taken a bus to get here for a variety of reasons. I was having car issues, and I wanted to make sure that I got here, but I had to get the bus back, and the game went into 4 overtimes. So I almost had to leave early. But that was one of those moments in my life growing up, like a huge Notre Dame fan, to get to work in the press box at Notre Dame was a really special moment for me. I'm gonna go see a few other things here, and then I'll probably go to the main bookstore, and then it'll be time to cut out. However, I did stop in a smaller store here, and stuff's here expensive, so I probably won't be buying anything, but I'll check out at least the bookstore. I'm gonna see the Basilica, some other things coming up here that I think you'll enjoy. that some of you at least appreciated that I was enjoying walking around the campus at Notre Dame. It might not have been the biggest thrilling thing for you because you're used to me talking about theme parks and that correlation isn't necessarily huge, but I always like watching other people enjoy the things they enjoy, so hopefully that translated. I am now outside Four Winds Field, which is the home of the South Bend Cubs, a single A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. I was at Wrigley 2 days ago. Now I am going to check out a South Bend Cubs game, and then after this game and the ensuing fireworks, I'm hitting the road and making my way back towards Florida. So I have really enjoyed my trip. It has felt long. It's felt like, you know, I really got my, I don't know if I'd say my money's worth because they do nickel and dime in Chicago, but I got my time's worth. I definitely feel like I've been gone for a while. So I'm excited to get back home, see Courtney, see my cats, and that's, I think, the mark of a good vacation is when you're like, okay, I'm ready for this to be done. That means that you gave yourself enough time, because when you have too short of a vacation, you're like, man, I can't believe it's over already. But this one, I feel like, okay, I'm ready to go. Part of me even thought maybe I won't go to this game tonight, but I think I want to go to the game and rest, relax for a couple hours, and then get in the car and start driving. Obviously, I'm in the car after the baseball game. That was a really great experience, by the way. The South Bend Cubs know how to put on a minor league baseball game. I know I've told you before that I think minor league baseball is a great, fairly affordable form of family entertainment, but they were still playing games. They had kids running the bases even after I left. So after the whole game, then they had sort of a game where they threw tennis balls into different pools of water, kiddie pools of water, to try to win prizes. Then after that was done, they set off the fireworks, and then after fireworks, they had kids run the bases. So they had a lot of entertainment at this South Bend Cubs game. I am in the parking lot at a Burger King. I just got more of those Impossible Whoppers, I think they're called, or the Impossible King, or whatever they call them at Burger King, the plant-based burger. I just picked up some of those because they're fairly affordable. I know I'm going to be on the road here. I didn't eat a dinner, so I'm going to do that, and this is going to be the start of my road trip home. Unlike when I drove here, I am not going to be making as many stops on the way home. When I was coming here, I had a 17-hour drive as far as what Google Maps was telling me it was going to take to get here. But I knew I had to kill 22 hours because I wasn't going to be able to check in to the hotel until at least 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was still early. I counted that I think I made 12 stops on the way from Florida to South Bend. Basically, on the way back, I'm just going to be stopping to get gas. I may get like a 5-hour energy every once in a while, but probably I'm going to try to reserve that for when I get gas. I'm going to go a different way home. So I'm going to go through Birmingham, Alabama, I believe. Maybe I'll change my mind on that when I get closer. But my plan is to go through Birmingham, Alabama. If I do that, I might stop at 1 or 2 locations in Birmingham, but this is probably not going to be as detailed a journey back home as it was getting here, because the second I get home, I can have a dinner with my wife, and maybe I can even take a nap if I'm really feeling like I need it. So I am heading out here. I am excited. I know that the vacation is over, and sometimes that's depressing, but sometimes it's also a little exciting because now you get to talk about it. Now I get to tell Courtney everything that happened. I get to tell my friends everything that happened. It's just as much fun, I think, to reminisce about vacations as it is to actually be on them. And it might even be the most fun to plan them. But I'm heading back now. Thank you so much for joining me for all of this. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will show you some stuff on the way home. So 5-hour energy worked very, very well on my ride up to Indiana on Monday. So I got 3 5-hour energies, and that should get me all the way home. I try to be pretty sparing with it, but it has worked well for me. I try to only use it to give me a boost and not to get me through. Like, obviously, as you can tell, I'm not super tired. I could just use a little bit of a boost here. I'm south of Nashville, and I have officially made the decision to go through Birmingham instead of Atlanta. On the way up, I got really lucky to not get a lot of traffic in Atlanta, so I don't think I was gonna get that lucky twice. So I'm gonna go through Birmingham, which will add distance to my trip, but should hopefully not add time. I'm making pretty good time. I haven't had to stop since I was still in Indiana, so that's a good sign for everything. I'm really getting kind of emotional, and I've talked about it a little bit, but I'm seeing some of these places again that I was passing on the way to the trip, to start the trip, and this kind of sprung up on me. Like, I bought the Pearl Jam tickets a while ago, but I didn't really plan this out, and I just booked the hotel like 2 weeks before going or something like that, and because of that, it feels like it just started, but on another way it feels like I've been gone for so long. And I just feel this has been really, really rejuvenative for me, because I've seen my favorite band of all time twice in the last week. I got to walk around the campus of Notre Dame, which I've been a Notre Dame fan my entire life since I was a little kid. Went to Wrigley Field, went to see not an Iowa Cubs, a South Bend Cubs minor league game. Like, I got to do so many things that I really, really love, and just sort of decompress in a really nice hotel room and spend time on the road. And this is just why I love travel so much. So I'm gonna finish washing my windshield here, and we're gonna get back on the road. Alright, it's starting to hit me now, because I had to stop a little while ago and sleep for about 60 to 90 minutes, and it's not great, it's not ideal, but hopefully I'm sort of kicking into that second wind now that I had a little bit of a rest, and then was on the road for maybe another 20 minutes before I had to use the restroom. But this is the point where I'm stuck, because I want to just get this done now, but you know, like when you're tired, you have to rest, and it's such a double-edged sword, because every time you rest, every time you stretch your legs, get out of the car, you know, splash some water on your face, you're taking time away from when you'll be actually in bed. So, yeah, this one's starting to get to me. But luckily, the sun's out, which makes it a little easier to keep your eyes open and focus on how far the cars are away from you and everything. So I'm gonna get back to it. I think that I'm just gonna drive right through Birmingham. I'm not gonna do any stopping in it, and I might have one, maybe two more gas stops on the way, and that's probably gonna be it for me. So this just goes to figure, there was an accident on I-75. We didn't even get to see the accident yet. And instead of just whittling everything down to one lane so everybody could stay on 75, they pushed us all off on an exit. And now we're on a detour where the road is supposed to be 60 miles an hour and everybody's going like absolutely at a crawl. And this just sort of reminds me, you know, like you get away from Florida for a few days and you think, all right, everything's, you know, oh, it's not that bad. And then you get back here for a little while. And I'll tell you, I love the theme parks. I love Walt Disney World. I love Universal Orlando Resort. But we have to put up with a lot of stuff to get those things. And man, it is frustrating sometimes. I don't want this to end negatively, but it's gonna end negatively. I just want to say thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. This was much, much different of a vlogging experience than you usually get. It's even different, of course, different from the theme park stuff, but it's even different from like the Ireland video. I like going on road trips, and this is the first attempt at a road trip vlog series, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the last, and I'm going to get it better. I'm going to learn how to perfect it, and just keep sticking with us. Thanks for continuing to have the podcast grow. I haven't checked today, but like this week we were already around 3,000 views the last time I checked, and I just really love how we continue to grow and things like that. So it means a lot to me. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe on these things, and I'm going to try to keep doing interesting stuff if I can, the theme parks and outside of the theme parks. So thank you for coming along with me.